In every generation, there have been men who stood apart. Men who carried a fire within them, not just in their youth, but into the years when most would believe desire fades. Men who lived with strength, vitality, and passion well into their 70s, 80s, 90s, and even beyond. This is not legend nor myth. It is truth. The truth of men who discovered the secrets of sustaining masculine power across an entire lifetime. Today, we open the vault to those secrets. The science, the wisdom, the disciplines, and the inner mindset of men who refuse to surrender to time. This is not simply about living long. It is about living strong, with energy, with purpose, with desire, until the final breath. Welcome to 100 Years Strong, Secrets of Men Who Never Lost Desire. The story begins where all journeys of manhood begin: youth. In our 20s, testosterone surges through the body like a raging river, carving muscle, driving energy, fueling ambition, and igniting sexual power. In these years, desire is effortless. Strength comes naturally. A young man rarely questions it because it feels eternal. Yet, as every elder will remind him, time does not ask for permission. By the mid-30s, testosterone begins to decline by a fraction each year. By 40, many men begin to feel the difference. Less energy, slower recovery, softer edges of desire. And by 50, if not prepared, the fire that once seemed unquenchable may feel as if it is dimming. But there are men, rare men, who break this pattern. Men who, even at 60, 70, or 90, walk with power in their step, clarity in their mind, and a spark in their eyes. What sets them apart? Science gives us part of the answer. Psychology, another. Lifestyle and discipline, the rest. Let us begin with the foundation: biology and hormones. Doctors and endocrinologists have long studied the decline of testosterone with age. On average, men lose about 1% of testosterone per year after 30. But averages are not destiny. Through exercise, nutrition, and stress management, men can preserve much of their testosterone naturally. Strength training, for example, is a cornerstone. Research from countless fitness experts shows that resistance training, lifting weights, pushing the body to adapt, stimulates the body to maintain higher testosterone levels. Men who continue to train, even into their later decades, consistently show better hormone profiles than those who remain sedentary. The men who stay strong into old age are not those who gave in to the couch, but those who respected their bodies enough to keep them active, powerful, and challenged. Nutrition plays an equally crucial role. The foods a man eats either fuel his fire or suffocate it. Diets rich in lean protein, healthy fats, vegetables, and minerals such as zinc and magnesium support hormone production and sexual vitality. Men who never lost desire often embraced simple, natural foods: meat, eggs, nuts, fresh fruits, dark greens, while avoiding the excess sugar, processed oils, and artificial chemicals that erode masculine health. In ancient traditions, oysters were considered an aphrodisiac not out of superstition, but because they are one of the richest natural sources of zinc, a mineral critical for testosterone. Science confirms what tradition has long observed, but biology is only half the story. The other half lies within the mind. Psychologists have long noted that men who maintain passion into old age share a certain outlook on life. They carry purpose. They never allow themselves to grow old in spirit, even as their bodies accumulate years. Desire is not merely physical. It is mental, emotional, spiritual. A man with no vision, no mission, no hunger for life will see his energy fade, no matter what he eats or lifts. The men who remained strong across a century were men who embraced growth. They learned new skills. They loved deeply. They faced challenges head-on. They believed that life still had something for them, even in the later chapters. This belief fuels the body as much as food or training. Neuroscience shows that optimism and purpose reduce stress hormones, preserve brain function, and enhance overall vitality. A mind alive with passion keeps the body burning with energy. Stress, on the other hand, is poison. Chronic stress raises cortisol, which suppresses testosterone, damages sleep, and erodes sexual desire. The wise men learned the art of calm, through breathing, through meditation, through prayer, through walks in nature, through deep connection with others. In silence and stillness, they protected their flame. Across cultures, certain timeless practices appear again and again among men who never lost desire. In Japan, the elderly masters of martial arts, judo, karate, aikido, continue to move with agility and power in their 80s. In the Mediterranean, old men drink olive oil, walk the hills, and gather with friends daily, living lives of both connection and strength. In parts of South America, elders dance well into the night, fueled by rhythm, laughter, and community. These men were not bound by age because they lived lifestyles that honored vitality. Western medicine confirms what these traditions show us. Physical activity, nutrient-rich diets, social bonds, and emotional purpose are as important to male desire as testosterone itself. The journey of male power can be seen in stages. In your 20s, your task is not preservation but discipline. Build your strength, train your body. Learn the habits of sleep, nutrition, and focus that will carry you later. Do not waste these years in excess, for every indulgence steals from your future vitality. In your 30s and 40s, the task is balance. This is when careers, families, and responsibilities weigh heavily. It is easy to let stress and neglect steal your power. But this is also when you must double down on training, nutrition, and mindset. Refuse the slow decline. Refuse the myth that desire must weaken. In your 50s and 60s, the task is optimization. Recovery matters more. Sleep becomes sacred. Flexibility and joint health are as critical as strength. But desire still burns for those who fan the flame. Men at this age who train, eat clean, and live with purpose often find a deeper, steadier power than in youth. No longer reckless, but refined. In your 70s, 80s, and beyond, the task is mastery. These are the years when the body shows its history. The man who cared for it stands tall, moves freely, and loves passionately, even as his peers fall to disease and frailty. The secret here is not to try to be 20 again, but to be the strongest 70 you can be. To carry the fire, not in reckless bursts, but in steady, enduring flame. Doctors often speak of health span, not just lifespan. The number of years you live with strength and vitality. Men who never lost desire expanded their health span. They lived not only long, but full. They loved, they worked, they created, they inspired. Real-world examples surround us. Think of the 90-year-old grandfather who still tends his farm, rises at dawn, and works with hands calloused by decades. Think of the 80-year-old martial arts master, still teaching, still moving with grace, still commanding respect from younger men. Think of the 75-year-old man who still holds his wife's hand with desire in his eyes, proving that passion is not chained to youth. These are not accidents. These are results. Results of choices made daily, over decades. Choices to train, to eat with wisdom, to rest with respect, to live with purpose. So what, then, are the distilled secrets of men who never lost desire? First, protect your hormones. Train with resistance. Eat for strength. Guard your sleep. Manage your stress. Second, protect your mind. Stay curious. Learn. Grow. Refuse to let your spirit wither. Purpose fuels power. Third, protect your relationships. Love deeply. Connect with others. Desire thrives in intimacy, trust, and passion. Fourth, honor your body daily. Walk, move, stretch, breathe. The body that is used stays alive. The body that is neglected fades. And fifth, carry the fire of optimism. Believe that age is not an enemy, but a teacher. See every year as an opportunity to refine strength, not surrender it. Time, in the end, is undefeated. But defeat is not the same as surrender. The men who lived strong into 100 years did not pretend to be immortal. They simply refused to live as if they were already dead. They honored their bodies, mastered their minds, nurtured their hearts, and carried desire not as a fleeting spark, but as a steady flame. And so, the message to every man listening, whether you are 20 or 80, is this: the fire is yours to protect. The choices you make each day, in food, in thought, in movement, in love, either feed the flame or smother it. Never believe the lie that desire must fade. Never surrender your strength. For the secret of men who never lost desire is not found in one magic pill or one secret ritual. It is found in the daily, disciplined, relentless commitment to live as a man should live, with strength, with passion, with energy, with purpose. Live this way, and you too can stand among the few. You too can be 100 years strong.